Hello guys, what is going on? It is Sam and welcome back to another video. Today I have a mining guide for you. It's going to be covering the ore Mithril ore. I've got 5 different spots for you and the requirements that go with them. All of them, or not all of them, but some of them, anyone with no requirements can do. Of course you need 55 mining to mine Mithril ore, so that's the first. Alright, so here are the 5 spots. Then the first one is the mining guild. You need 60 mining to get in that. This is also a free to play spot. Next one is the Tirannwn mining dungeon. I have done a mining guide on that. You should check that one out if you're interested in this spot. So for that you need to have started the Tirannwn Isles. Next spot is the Grand Tree. You need to have completed the Grand Tree quest. Next one is the wilderness. So I'll be talking through you about that one. That one's a bit hard to explain. I might do a mining guide on that in the future. The last one is Lumbridge Swamp. This one has no requirements as well. There are 5 mithril rocks there. I didn't say how many rocks there are for the others. So for the mining guild there is 5. For the Tirannwn dungeon I believe there is, I think, double figures. For the Grand Tree there's 4. And for the wilderness there are, I think, 14 or 15. So plenty of variety to choose from. The first spot we will be doing is the mining guild. You can get here by teleporting to Falador and going to the eastern side of Falador, and then going to the bank and going to the little castle area, then going down the ladder and then going straight east from there. And then in the corner of it you will find 5 mithril rocks along with a bunch of coal rocks. So what you need to do then, of course, you need to mine all of the ores, but then once you mine them, this is going to involve world hopping. You can do this with either the RuneScape world hopper, the one that's built in, where you just click on your logout icon and then it comes up, or the OS Buddy one. It doesn't really make a difference what you do. So basically you pretty much just mine the ore until you have got a full inventory, then you go and bank. But while world hopping all the time, you need to world hop because the ores do take lots of voice cracks today. The ores do take a long time to respawn, so world hopping does make it considerably faster, so that's why you'll be doing that. And once you are finished your round, once you're finished your round, then you just need to bank the same place you came in. You could go out the other entrance if you want. It doesn't really make a difference. It's not really any quicker or any slower, so it doesn't matter. So you need to go up the ladder and then make your way to the bank, and then just use the deposit box so you don't have to enter your bank pin if you have one every time. It is much better to use the deposit box. This method does require 60 mining, so it is 5 levels higher than the required to mine mithril ore. So yeah, this is probably the spot I'd recommend if you have 60 mining or above. Next spot I'm going to be going through is the one at the Tirannwn mining dungeon. For this you need to have started the Tirannwn Isles, which does require completion of the Tirannwn trials. I'm sorry if I said trials, I meant Isles. It's a bit kind of confusing sometimes. So to get there, teleport to Relicar, make your way to Tirannwn, or get to Relicar anywhere you can, and then go through the gate. Here you'll see a bank, that's where you're going to be banking. And then go out the next gate, and then go down to the dungeon. It does have a few dangerous monsters, and I will have a map next to show you. So here's a map of the area. You can see the monsters in it and the mithril rocks, of course the blue ones, so there's quite a few to choose from. I will show you the route that I'd recommend you do, but it doesn't really matter, you can mine any ones you want. So the route I would recommend, first you want to go straight north and mine the 2 mithril rocks over there. This route is the least dangerous. You're not going to be bumping into any monsters, you shouldn't be taking any damage, so this is to support the lower level players. So once you've mined those 2, you want to head east and then northeast into the middle of the little sort of square area, and you'll see 3 mithril rocks here, so you want to mine them. And once you mine them, you want to head south and you'll find 2 more mithril rocks. And I'll just explain now, you have a choice. You can either mine all of the mithril rocks around the dungeon, or you can mine these ones I've showed you and just world hop and mine them again. So it's completely up to you what you do. I'd probably recommend you world hop, but if you don't want to world hop, that's completely fine. You can just refer to that map and do the ones you want. So to bank, you just need to go out the same way you came, and once you get to the gate, you'll see the bank, and then here yep, you can bank your ores and restart your next trip. So this is spot number 2. Okay, Okay, the next spot is going to be in the Grand Tree. This spot's very quiet. You'll rarely ever see players here intending to mine Mithril ore, so that's why I've chosen this one. So to get there, you need to make your way to the Grand Tree dungeon. So the way I've done it is by using a dueling ring and then taking a glider to the Grand Tree. Then you want to climb all the way to the bottom of the ladder. I think I went the wrong way here, but never mind. Once you're down the ladder, then there's a really big dungeon, but you want to be going just to the north and push through the roots. And here you have 2 spots to choose from. You can either run east, and you'll find 2 mithril rocks there, and you'll find a bunch of other rocks as well: gold, adamant, coal, copper. And then the other spot for mithril, if it's by going to the west, and you'll find 2 arranged so you don't have to move, and you can mine both of them. So I would recommend you mine the 2 up here. They're easy because you can mine them both without having to move, which means you can then quickly world hop and then get back quickly. So I chose this one because you don't have to move. There isn't too many spots like this in game. This is it's probably not quite as good a method in my opinion as the mining guild in Utizo, but it's still okay. To bank, you want to go back the same way you came, but once you are on the first floor, yes, this is where I went wrong, you want to head west, and then you'll find places to bank there. So spot number 3 is the Grand Tree. The next spot I've chosen is in the wilderness. I decided I'd put one of them in the wilderness as it does add a bit of variation, and some players do enjoy mining in the wilderness. So here is the map for it. The mine is just west of the canoe place. That's why I'm getting there. I circled it on the map. So you can get a canoe from Edgeville, or you can simply just walk all the way there, or get the portals there. It doesn't really matter which way you do. So once you're there, you want to head west. And you shouldn't worry too much about PKs for this, because you rarely ever find PKs here. It's almost impossible to kill someone anyway. I will show you why. The place is called the Hobgoblin Mine. It has loads of mithril rocks, loads of adamant rocks, and it's quite useful for mining those ores, but you'll see why it's quite difficult here. So the mine has lots of hobgoblins. They're all aggressive, but they're only level 28, so if you're fairly high level, they're not really going to harm you. So the mithril rocks, they're scattered around everywhere. So the hobgoblins can get annoying, but as long as you're clicking on the ore, then you'll actually be mining it, so it doesn't matter. So they can't interrupt your mining. Perhaps you might want to bring some fairly low level armor, just in case, if you don't want to risk anything. But they're not going to do much damage to you. I'd just say bring a little bit of food, bring an amulet of glory, because it's near 30 wilderness. You can teleport straight out if a PK was to come. But if they were to come, then they'd just get attacked by the hobgoblins. It's almost impossible to kill someone in here. So yeah, as you can see, there's loads of mithril rocks everywhere. I chose this one for those who enjoy mining in the wilderness, or want to mine in the wilderness. It's not one that I would do, but it's not too bad. There's lots of different rocks to choose from. You don't need to world hop, so that's definitely the advantages. As for PKs, as I said, you shouldn't need to worry too much about them. If one does come, do what I'm doing now, head south into level 30, and then teleport away, and you should be fine. It's rare that anyone will PK here, as you're not going to be risking a hell of a lot. A looting bag will also help. It'll get you more ore per hour. The final spot I've chosen is the Lumbridge Swamp. It's the western side of the Lumbridge Swamp. You can of course get here by the home teleport or using your own teleport. So what you want to do, you want to head into Lumbridge Swamp. You may have come past this mine back in probably 8 years ago when you were a noob. I certainly did, wondering what was in the mine. But you want to head all the way west, cutting through the swamp. And then once you're there, I did go the wrong way accidentally, but so once you're at the place where you gave Father Ernie, you want to head south, and you will find the mine and 5 mithril rocks, which is, I think, is quite handy actually, considering it's not too far from the bank. So this method does involve world hopping again. As for how popular this place is, I can't really say because I don't go here too often. Some people, there might probably be a few people, but I wouldn't exactly say it's botted. Well, there's someone there. Well, I can't tell whether he's a bot or not, but I think the spot is actually kind of sort of hidden. No one really knows about it. So if you want to mine your mithril ore alone, you want a fairly decent bank, and this is the place to come. So once you're done, then you can either bank using a glory, or just teleport to Lumbridge and then bank in there. It's up to you really. Teleport, using a glory, you get to drain it, and then if you walk south from drain it, you can also find the mine. So there's 2 ways to get there. This is the part of the video where I'll be working out the XP and money rates. So I'll be timing how long it takes me to mine at the mining guild. I'm not going to be talking for any of this part. So it took us 6 minutes and 22 seconds to mine a full inventory of Mithril ore at the mining guild. In the last video I showed you how I worked out all my XP rates, so check out that Piscatorius mining guide if you want to know how, but I worked out that it was 87k money per hour and 21k experience per hour, which I have to say the experience is a lot higher than I thought. I know I'm 99 mining, but it's still a bit higher than I thought so far. As for lower levels, I doubt the experience rate is going to drop below 15k. The money, looking at it, it's not really great, but the reason why I brought out this guide is it's quite useful for Iron Men. Iron Men probably need Mithril ore, as in they need to get their smithing up to complete achievement diaries, so I hope this guide has helped some Iron Men out there. As for the mining guides then, I will be trying to cover as many ores as I can, particularly runite. That's going to take me a while. That's going to be quite a long mining guide if I do all the spots, but I still need to do a few quests to unlock the last few spots. So okay, thanks for watching this mining guide, guys. I'm sorry it was a little bit long. I tried to shorten it as much as I can, but leave me some feedback if you can, and I'll see you next time.